Welcome back, YouTube. We're here on Sunday, the 14th, August, 2022. This is the NWA save, and in 34 days, we have Saturday night's main event. Yeah. And then after Saturday night's main event, we have Clash of the Champions. And then we'd have Starrcade. So, yeah. Our current champion is our national champion is Fergal Devitt, which is Finn Balor. The United States champion is Kurt Angle. The women's television champion is Tatum Paxley. The current trio or six-man tag champion is Jacob Fatu, Richard Holiday, and Brian Pillman Jr. in their second reign together. And then the tag team champions is Motor City Machine Guns in their second reign. Braun Breaker is in his third reign with the television title. And then the world women's champion is Jamie Hayter. She's been holding the title for 85 days. And the current world champion, world's heavyweight champion, is Ace Austin. He's been holding it for 85 days. Cody has been a very significant rival. So we'll see how this all plays further. Okay, we start to show off with the Kim defeating Rhino for 55. Not bad. Dustin Rhodes comes out and cuts a promo. And then we see Motor City Machine Gun versus FTR. FTR defeated Motor City Machine Gun. Okay, so it got a 68. It's not bad. Peyton Price beat Hannah Blossom backstage for 46. And then Jamie Hayter cut a promo saying that she is the NWA Women's World Champion. And whichever woman wants to face for the title needs to be the best they can be on their A game. And then Bryan Danielson defeated Bo Dallas for a 70, not bad. Peyton Price then beat up Harlow Hera. She's doing a thing where she's attacking people backstage. Bryan Danielson cut a promo saying that he should be the one facing Fergal Devitt at Saturday night's main event. But Kane versus Griff Garrison. Griff Garrison defeated Kane with an Ivy League Destroyer. And after the match, he and Griff Garrison shook hands and he looked at the crowd and looked at the camera and he grabbed a microphone and says, "Today, I mark 3 months until my retirement." The crowd is shocked. He says, "I'm going to retire in 3 months. So now, we will start my tour." Cody Rhodes comes out and he comes out, he says, "Go ahead, boo all you want, because every single one of you is looking at the man who didn't just wrestle in the NWA, who doesn't just wrestle in the NWA. I'll rule it. You see, the NWA isn't held together by nostalgia, dusty old reels, or chants from the cheap seats. It's held together by leadership, by vision, by a man who understands what power really looks like." Cody slowly turns, gesturing towards the arena. "My family helped build this industry. My father bled for this business, for this company, and now I didn't come back to honor history. I came back to own it. That's why I bought the NWA. Champions come and go, contenders rise and fall. But empires need a ruler. And whether I'm holding gold, pulling strings behind the curtain, or standing across from anyone who thinks they can stop me, this company moves when I say it moves. So to every so-called hero, every locker room favorite, every chosen one waiting for their moment, understand this clearly. There is no rebellion. There is no uprising. There is only my era, my NWA, my rules." And as long as I'm here, the NWA doesn't survive unless I say so. The NWA answers to me. Now, at Saturday night's main event, I will face Ace. He drops the microphone. Ace Austin defeated AJ Styles for a 67. It looks like because Tommy Mercer was working for it. It was terrible. 12 regions, though. Okay, so we start to show off with Savio Vega cutting a promo about how Jonathan Gresham is involved. Kane cut a promo, and he says that next week, 2 people will come out. The week after that, 2 more people will come out. And the winner of the 2 matches will face, once again, most likely we're going to do 2 matches with 4 different people. And then at the next one after, run a, depends on how many shows we have left to go. Because if we have like 3, I can do 1 qualifier, 1 qualifier, and then 1 semi-qualifier. And then whoever wins that faces Kane. But if I only have like 2 left, the 2 qualifiers are on one show, and then the semi-qualifier on another. Cody Rhodes defeated AJ Styles with a beautiful disaster for a 76. And then Edge cut a promo calling out the monster of NWA, Braun Breaker. Tatum Paxley defeated Rachel Ellering for a 34. The Miz defeated Richard Holiday for a 71, not bad. Braun Breaker defeated Edge with a spear for a 63, not bad. Ace Austin defeated Drew McIntyre for a 73. Not bad. 16 grand in profit. 24 in Hokkaido. Okay, AJ Styles comes out and cuts a promo for an 80. Not bad. Eli Drake came out and cut a promo. Christian Cage cut a promo. And then Tyler Black and Kurt Angle was the first match to see who faces Kane. Tyler Black defeated Kurt Angle for a 73. Jesse McKay cuts a promo. Conan cuts a promo. Richard Holiday cuts a promo. And then Christian Cage versus Fergal Devitt is another one for it. Fergal Devitt defeated Christian Cage for 71. Braun Breaker defeated Carlo Colon to make defense number 4 the NWA World Television title for a 60. And then Ace Austin and Griff Garrison versus the Nightmare Family. The Nightmare Family defeated Ace Austin and Griff Garrison. And then afterwards, Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu attacked Ace Austin further for an 86. 73 is not bad. Okay, so yeah. Christian broke his toe. We did make 19 grand. And we grew in the Northwest in Hawaii. 60 in the Northwest and 40 in Hawaii. Okay, so Tyler Black versus Fergal Devitt. Fergal Devitt defeated Tyler Black with a Fujiwara armbar. And he will be facing Kane for a 68. And let's continue. Kane comes out and he cuts a promo saying that he feels that Fergal Devitt is a very, very strong competitor. Eric Bischoff comes out and he says, last week Cody Rhodes said that he will be facing Ace Austin at Saturday night's main event. But the thing is as he said that he owns the NWA, he doesn't. He only owns 50% of it. See, he only owns half. And it has to be took between the 2 halves to make one decision. So, the decision is here and final that it will be a 5-way match. 5 people, no DQ, elimination, an NWA Extreme match. Nick Aldis cuts a promo. And then Savio Vega cuts a promo. Penta cut a promo. And then Cody Rhodes defeated Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Chad Gable, and Trevor Murdoch for a 77. And then Samoa Joe defeated Kurt Angle with a Coquina clutch for a 65. Ace Austin defeated Robert Roode. And then out of nowhere, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, and Richard Holiday started attacking Ace Austin for a 75. And Griff Garrison came out to help him. 72 is not bad. 13,000 in profit, not bad. Okay, Fergal Devitt cuts a promo for an 85, and it's him talking about going after, talking about Kane being his opponent at Saturday night's main event, and he's talking about how legendary it feels to be facing Kane. Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo. And then Ace Austin is backstage and he's interviewed and he's asked, ahead of your match at Saturday night's main event with Cody, what do you have to say? And he says, Cody, you walk around here talking about ruling the NWA like it's your personal kingdom, but here's the problem with kings. Eventually someone stops believing in the crown. You talk about legacy, you talk about power, and you talk about control. I talk about the heart, the fight. I talk about walking in to Saturday night's main event knowing that it's a trap, but also knowing I don't need to hide behind the suits, the politics, or the last names, because there's something inside me right now that I've been trying to keep contained. A force like never before, something angry, something reckless. Something that's been eating at me from the inside. Every time I hear you say this place belongs to you. In Divine Leadership, you won't be dealing with a showman. You won't be dealing with a champion. You'll be dealing with a problem you can out-politic and you can outlast. So a Saturday night's main event, stand across from me, look me in the eyes, because when that bell rings, I'm going to make sure I walk out still champion. It's kind of like a heel promo, but it's kind of, so in WWE, especially currently, Cody does promos when somebody attacks him. That's kind of, is close to being a heel promo, but it's not a heel promo. And this is what he's delivering. But Peyton Price attacked Harlow O'Hara again backstage. And then Eli Drake cut a promo for a 77, wanting to face the United States champion. FTR defeated Winning Combination. They will be the #1 contenders for the tag titles for a 67. Peyton Price attacked Julian Hall backstage. AJ Styles defeated Christian Cage for a 70. Not bad. Jamie Hayter defeated Vita Von Star with a Falcon Arrow. Adam Cole cut a promo for a 74. And then Cody Rhodes versus Bryan Danielson. Cody Rhodes defeated Bryan Danielson with a Crossroads for an 80. And this is more just a match. It doesn't really have anything to do with the storyline that's happening right now. 71's not bad. 12 grand in profit. 59 in the Great Lakes. 36 in Kanto, Chubu, Kensai, Shikoku, and Kyushu. And then 25 in Saskatchewan. Not bad. Okay, so we start Saturday night's main event off with the Nightmare Family going up against Adam Cole, Bryce Donovan, and John Skyler. Now, the Nightmare Family, of course, makes defense #3 the NWA World 6-Man Tag Titles. So, then we see Tatum Paxley versus Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke wins the NWA Women's Television title, and this is history for this title because she will become the first two-time champion of the title. And Tatum Paxley is also now the longest champion, so there's history for that title. Dolph Ziggler defeated Christian Cage with a zigzag for a 70, and then Brian Danielson cut a promo for a 69. And then Fergal Devitt defeated Kane with a Fujiwara armbar for a 58. Looks like he may have been injured. And then Bea Priestley won the NWA World Women's title. And Braun Breaker versus Ethan Carter III. EC3 won the television title. Adam Cole cut a promo. Eli Drake won the NWA United States title. FTR wins the NWA World Tag Titles for 75, not bad. The main event match, Ace Austin defeated Cody Rhodes with a House of Cards to make defense number 11 of the NWA World's Heavyweight title. And when we thought that Cody's team was going to come out and attack, Tyler Black came out and curb stomped both Cody Rhodes and Ace Austin. 68's not bad, but we could have done better. I'll give Ace 1. Ooh. 576,000 in profit. Ticket sales, broadcast revenue, and merchandise. We got to 63 in Mid-Atlantic, 61 in Mid-South and Midwest. We got to 57 in New England, 61 in Northwest, 62 in Southwest, 61 in Tri-State, 42 in Puerto Rico, 41 in Hawaii, 21 in the Maritimes, 27 in Quebec, 29 in Ontario, 28 in Alberta, 26 in Manitoba, 28 in British Columbia, 28 in Tohoku, and 27 in Chigoku. The media scrum now. FTR won the... Okay, I'm firing that guy. Okay, so we made history in a few areas. We made history for our highest attendance. Okay, that seems to be the only thing, though. Yeah. Huh. That's crazy. And then our next show is Clash of the Champions in 21 days. Must make sure that... Okay. Let me go put this... for then. So, yeah, we've done a whole lot of good stuff in this episode. I'm trying to distance Cody from having any matches with Ace for the next couple, hopefully for maybe the next 2 months. But because he's such a big part of the storyline, it's kind of hard to distance him from the world champion. Because, I mean, he's a big part of the storyline right now. Because when it says that Ace is rated as good, but technically he's not even in the storyline actually. So I could add him real quick. I mean, there's some people that's in it and shouldn't be in it, because Chad, I don't think, has faced for a title in a while. I don't think he's had many matches, to be honest. Let's look here. Only title matches, yep. So his last title match was in June. And that was a loss. Yeah, he's not even been in the world title scene at all. So, that's weird. Oh, wait. Okay, he has been in the world title scene here. But, yeah, so it's not been very much that this was technically for a world title match. I forgot about that. So, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 world title matches. And then, let's see. There's been a few who I think his booking has been pretty good, but I do think that. Okay, yeah. So I've got his contract down right. Hopefully we can keep him, because he's by far our figurehead. And I may position MJF as the next, because see, what AEW did was they weren't going to even renew his contract. Like recent news. Oh, it doesn't say. So yeah, it's. I think it may be right here. But hang on, sorry. Would it be? Yeah, AEW. Okay, so I guess it won't show up there. But it said that he was supposedly on his way out. That AEW hadn't even offered him a contract, and I said, hey, you know what? Let's pick him up. But Kane is currently in his retirement stage. I mean, I thought about putting him on one of the title scenes. I wish you could kind of schedule with them how long you're looking at. Now, something that I would not mind to do, if they can find a way to do it in an update, is when you have to sign somebody. For example, you can't pay them like on the USPW roster. Remember, one of the first people that I signed was Chris Jericho, but I didn't have Chris Jericho money. I only had like $1 million I was supposed to stretch for the first 3 years. Well, I think that they should add an update where you can give them the option to get title reigns for a lesser valued contract. Like, for example, we'll say Penta wouldn't want to sign a contract for us and because he can't get $25,000 a month and we're trying to work it down to 18 or 17 and be like, well, I could put 2 of these titles in there for you to win. I think on the next game they should add that and sponsors. I mean, there's another game that's coming out and I don't know much about it yet, so I've been trying to find it and download it so that I can get to work on it. Because, I mean, I have it downloaded on my desktop, but Lord have mercy, it is a glitchy game. But I haven't been, on the game in a few months. So, but this is it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, your family. The most important of all, though, share it with your dog.